Hello everyone, my name is Jaybird, and welcome back to Fairly Well. I'm sorry for how late I'm uploading this video, but the reason why is because it took me basically all day to get around to recording because I've had a really emotionally stressful day, and I don't want to get into it. It's very personal, but a lot of stressful things happening today. I'm pretty sure I got everything sorted out. But right now I just feel really dead inside. You ever just cry yourself into exhaustion? Because I'm pretty sure that's what I did. Because I've been crying for like a long time the past few days. But we're just gonna breathe. And we're gonna enjoy this interesting game together. Just set everything else aside. Everybody breathe with me. Breathe in for 5 seconds and hold it for 5 seconds. And breathe out for 10 seconds. Let's try again. Alright. This has been Breathing with Jaybird. Okay, let's get into the game. Sorry, I needed that. He's just a little bartender. Oh my god. You too good for now?
Yeah, thanks.
Yes. Alright. Once the two of us are alone, I raise my glass and Emmeline hers. They sound together with a definite clink. Cheers.
Cheers.
Emmeline eagerly raises her glass to her lips and sips away. You have expensive taste in alcohol. She shrugs.
Just for tonight.
Smart. Silently we drink to our healths. Afterward follow. Brief introductions. I learn Emmeline is 22 and I tell her I'm 25.
You look much younger than 25.
I get that a lot. We start to get to know each other a little better. Me?
A professional singer?
No.
Not even close.
Well, I'm sorry to have amused.
No, singing's just a passion of mine. I've liked it since I was a kid and I do it when I can for money. It's nothing serious.
If it's a passion of yours, then it's not nothing serious.
If it's not what I went to school for is what I mean. It's not what I went to school for is what I mean.
What did you go to school for?
I was studying to become a nurse. I wasn't interested in it or anything, but it was safe. There's still lots of people out there who don't like to see educated women.
This seems personal. I hope I'm not prying. And you've graduated?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. What happened?
Well, I'm not sure you'd want to get into it. I don't know what your politics are.
I don't really involve myself in that. I don't keep myself too current. I don't have any strong opinions, if that's what you're worried about. I'm listening. Anything you can think of to say, you can say. I'll now listen.
Well, I was expelled from school for protesting the war.
What war? What war are we talking about?
Expelled from school for taking part in peaceful protest?
That can't be allowed.
It wasn't too peaceful in the end. Ooh, you a badass?
Ah, that explains it.
It does.
We stop to sip our drinks, and I mull over in my mind what to say next. Well, I'm sorry to have pried. Emmeline's face softens.
Really, it's fine. It's nice to get to talk about it with someone.
I take it there aren't too many new opportunities to talk to people here in Setter?
Not here, no.
Can I ask how you ended up here?
You could, but it's not a fun story. You can imagine my parents weren't very big fans of my expulsion.
I figured.
They were livid, engorged with rage. You'd think they were going to eat me, they were so angry. Like they were going to lock me up in the cellar and bury the key.
While she was talking, her voice becomes strained. Obviously, this is reopening old wounds for her. I feel bad for bringing it up now.
They started pressuring me to find a husband, showed me off to any rich young men or family friends who came by, trying to convince me to give myself up and marry a complete stranger. Made me feel like I was a hunk of meat being peddled in some marketplace. To them, my failure had branded me a commodity. I'd become a damaged good. Something to be sold off, my value to be measured in nothing but the children I would bear. I couldn't take it. I absolutely couldn't live like that.
So you took off?
You could tell?
You seem the type. This makes Emmeline loosen up again, but only a little. That's good. I have to try and help her feel better. I hope I didn't spoil her night.
I'll go ahead and take that as a compliment.
Good, it was meant as one. I hadn't meant to bring up bad memories.
Like I said, it's fine. It's nice to finally be able to talk to someone about it. It's all been bottled up so long.
I know how you feel. You can keep going if you'd like.
Well, the rest is a lot of the same. I packed up some clothes and some books and snuck out in the middle of the night. I stayed in the city for a while with friends and the like. Figured it was the safest way. After some time, though, I knew I had to get farther away than that. Somewhere where my parents wouldn't find me. So I ran, wandered from place to place, took cabs and buses when I could, walked when I couldn't, hitchhiked when I absolutely needed to. It wasn't too safe, and as a girl I had to be careful, but I was smart. I kept my eyes open, and it's taken me this far.
How far is this far?
Far enough. But
But?
I don't know. I called my parents a few times just to let them know I was still alive.
I'm a good girl like that.
At first, they were even more furious than they'd been when I was home. They threatened to call the police after me. Threatened me when I said I wouldn't come home. But after some time, as I got farther and farther from home, as I was gone for longer and longer, they started to soften up. Hot rage turned to bold resentment. Resentment turned to disappointment. Disappointment turned to sadness, turned to regret, turned to apology. Turned them to begging me to come home.
Emmeline looked visibly shaken. I felt so bad for her, but I knew how she felt, and I knew I had to let her finish.
It's been more than 2 years since I left home. They started begging me by the end of the first year. I couldn't take it, so I stopped calling them. I haven't spoken to them since.
Emmeline gazes into her reflection, caught on the polish of her empty glass, warm under the dim bar lights.
The night has gone on, and many have left. Everything's quieter now. Everything is moving softer, going slower, like the night has entered into a dreamlike state. I placed a hand on Emmeline's shoulder softly. I want to comfort her.
You don't want to go home?
No, I do, believe me. This sort of life gets tiring after a while, having no safety, no security, always needing to move from place to place. Searching for warmth every single night and praying every single morning you'll be able to find work and to feed yourself. It drains you. It takes a lot away, and it makes you lose your sense of place. When you can't ever stay in one place too long, it feels like everything in your life has a time limit set on it. It takes away, and it couldn't care less about what you want. The time runs out, and one by one, everything in your life melts away. The people you meet, the things you gain, the sights you see. I spit on my screen doing that. Sorry for my speech impediment. They leave, and you're left with nothing again. And do you know what you do then?
Yeah. You start over. You feel like you don't have any control over it, any control over anything. Like you're not even the person living your life. You feel like you're only sitting back and watching events unfold, like you're an observer from the outside looking in on yourself. Emmeline seems surprised. Looks like I've understood her perfectly well.
Right, that's how I feel. Thank you.
Don't mention it.
That's truly how I feel. And I hate it, and I want to stop, and I want to go home, but I can't. I just can't go home. I don't have it in me to go home.
You're afraid of what will happen if you do?
I'm beyond afraid. I'm petrified. I can't even breathe right when I think about seeing my parents again. Even though this journey's taken me even though this journey's taken so much away from me, I feel like just giving up and returning home isn't going to give me any of that back. It isn't. I feel like if I want to get back everything that's been drained out of me, I need to find something. I don't know what, just that it's something I'm searching for. And if I find it, I can go back and live a normal life again.
Emmeline sighs.
If any of that makes sense to you.
I tried to assure her. Really, I understand. I'm in the same situation as you, I am.
You're an OA too?
I shrug. Something like that, but I can't say much.
Well, that's not suspicious.
No, it's nothing like that. I'm not a criminal.
Obviously.
I'm not. I'm clean. I just need to travel a lot. It's something I have to do. I go from place to place like you, and I search for things. I'm like you.
Don't worry, I know you're like me. I don't know if I knew before we started talking, but I definitely know now. I think that's why I've told you so much about myself. I've never spoken so much about myself before. Not to anyone. Not in my whole life. And I've never spoken much at all, really.
So I've heard.
So that's alright. You don't have to explain yourself to me. Consider it an apology for me spending the last hour talking about nothing but myself. I'm sorry for that.
I dismiss her with a wave. Really, it's fine. I don't think I've ever talked to anyone like this either. And I'm glad I could help you finally open up about these things. Emmeline beams.
And it's all thanks to the fact that you liked my singing so much you needed to tell me, huh?
I laughed. Well, I did say you have a beautiful voice. We talk on and on, long into the night. We tell stories, learn about each other, come to understand everything there is to understand. Still, I don't tell her my secret. But the conversation brims with life anyway. I have not spoken like this to someone in a long time. I've not felt this way about someone in a long time. The night is long and full of joy. We keep each other's company, talking until we're the only ones left in the bar. Under the cover of the winter storm, under the dim bar lights, under the drowsy spell of insomnia, we talk and talk and talk until we can talk no more. I did that all in one breath. Oh my god. Oh my god! It's a tiny little bartender! It's a tiny little bartender! Ah! Holy hell! You two have been sitting here and talking the whole night long. The bar's closing now. You're going to have to head out. You're going to have to head on out.
I'm sorry, sir. I hope we weren't a bother.
You're fine, young lady, but you should have this young man escort you home. You've had a long night.
But I'm not drunk. I can speak perfectly fine, see?
Yes, and it's unnerving considering how much you've had to drink. Wow. Oof. The bartender turns to me and gives me a wise, slow nod. I'll get her home safe. Woo! We're getting her home safe. The snow has finally stopped, leaving behind a sleepy town draped in white. The snow is thick, cold, soft like the stuff of dreams. It feels like the ground itself is sleeping, drifting in time and space and frozen in winter silence. Dormant like a slumbering beast, waiting to awaken in the snow melt, its heart stilled by the seething cold. Like Emmeline and I are the only two waking people on the face of the entire earth. Emmeline grins at me smugly.
My knight in shining armor, are you going to escort me home and protect me from all the evil monsters?
I refuse to play into her game. Yes, I swear to always safeguard you from the evils that plague the town of Cindermain! Sub-zero temperatures and poorly paved roads.
They really are so poorly paved.
Yes, I've noticed. Your motel is across the bridge, right?
My castle is, yes.
Right, let's go on ahead. And so we were off. Together we strolled in the cold.
huddling close to each other for warmth. Thankfully, the walk wasn't too long. We talk all the way to Emmeline's motel, despite having done nothing but for hours already at the bar. By the way, Emmeline.
Yeah, what is it?
I was wondering if you knew what the meaning of that song you sang tonight was. The first one, that is.
What, Loch Lomond?
That's the one.
It's Scottish, that's all I know. My mother taught it to me, just like her mother taught it to her. She taught me a lot of the folk music I know, really. I was never as big into the heritage as she was. But to answer your question, no, I guess I don't know what it's about. I just sing the words.
A folk singer who doesn't know what her songs are about?
I like the songs, I love how they sound, I just don't know the traditional meanings behind each and every one of them.
I suppose that's fair.
But Loch Lomond, right? Isn't that about two people traveling down different roads?
At surface value, yes, it all comes back to Scottish tradition. It is believed that when a Scot dies while abroad, their soul will walk the earth to return to the mother country, so that the deceased may rest in their homeland. The road that these wandering spirits use to return to Scotland is called the Low Road, as mentioned in the song. The regular corporeal roads that living people, like you and I, use are the high roads. The high road belongs to the living, the low road to the dead. That belief is what the song centers around.
That's a bit depressing, don't you think?
Quite the contrary. Think about what the lyrics are saying. You sing from the perspective of a Scot who has died while traveling in a foreign land. You lament that, although the passage of time has taken your friends and your lover away from you, you will finally be able to end your journey and return to your home, where you can finally rest in peace.
I don't know, that's still very depressing to me.
I don't think so. I think it's bittersweet. The journey of the singer has come to an end, but now that it's over, they can return to where they belong. I don't know. Personally, I love the song. Sometimes I feel like I take solace in it.
You find comfort in a song that tells you you're going to die?
I do. We all die, and every death is an ending. But what the song tells me is this: when my time comes, it will be when I have done all I can in my life. I will have found what I was searching for, and I will have brought it home with me. It tells me that it will be my end, not that I'll be stuck like I am, unchanging, constantly moving, always searching. This person I am right now is in constant flux, and the days of my life were numbered with a clear beginning and a fateful end. I don't see any problem in that. In fact, considering neither of us have slept all night, some rest sounds like exactly what we need right now. Emmeline goes quiet, and she takes in everything I say.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. We could both use some rest.
Dot. Oh, just more dots. The game freeze. I'm clicking on it. Oh, there's just more dots.
You know, maybe not.
Just before we reach the motel, Emmeline stops me in my tracks. She points off to the side of the path, where a small park lies unlit in the snow.
Hey.
Is something wrong?
No.
She's acting incredibly meek. Did I say something I shouldn't have?
There's a cute little park here where I come to sit sometimes. It's on top of a big hill, and if you're seated on the benches, you can watch the sunrise and sunset from here. It's beautiful. I'd like to sit and watch the sunrise here with you, if you'd want to do that.
She wants to watch the sunrise with me? Emmeline, it's late. We should really get you to your room. Emmeline points to the sky. It does look like the sun is about to rise. Violet and pink hues are starting to show in the sky, shining in faint ripples in between the clouds.
See, we might as well just stay outside the whole night.
She laughs softly.
It looks like we just did anyway.
She's right. It had completely gone unnoticed, but we really have spent the whole night together. A new day was about to dawn. I'd forgotten how quickly time could pass when you're with a certain kind of person. When you're with someone like Emmeline. You're right. Looks like we stayed up the whole night together. I chuckle. we are horribly irresponsible. Emmeline laughs more.
Just a little bit.
We find a bench overlooking the hillside. I wipe the snow off it with the sleeve of my coat, and we sit down close to each other for warmth. Oh, well, that's gonna be it for this episode of Fare Thee Well. So, with that being said, if you guys enjoyed this, if you'd like to see more of this game, then leave a like down below, leave a comment down below, share with your friends, subscribe if you haven't, ring that notification bell, and remember, die safely. Bye-bye!